Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, William Ruto has come with the issue of affordable housing scheme. But then, if you look at it, this is not his idea. This is something that was started by one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the former president. So it's just coming to continue what was already started. But then, if you look on how he wants to get money to make sure that project is successful, it is bringing a lot of questions. Today is asking to tax Kenyans 3% of their salary for house levy. But then someone will ask question, where was Uhuru Kenyatta getting money to do affordable housing? Uhuru did not tax Kenyans. No single shilling was deducted from anyone's salary to go to housing. But then Ruto comes in, and the first thing he wants is to cut your salary for affordable housing. And then other question that comes in, how sure are you you will get that house? So many questions. And surprising, this is a statement that Ruto issued when he was launching one of the house project, just to make you believe that this money is yours, you are contributing and you will have it. Listen to this. The contribution you make to the housing fund is not a tax. It is your money. When you contribute 1 shilling, your employer contributes 1 shilling, and it is all yours. Now, Ruto want to change it to look like it is not tax. It is just your money you are contributing. A question comes in, tax. So he want to change it to look like this is your money you are contributing, and you will have it. It's like someone is adding in there to Sidanganyan. The truth is that contribution and tax cannot be in one sentence. As wadanganya, tax is money you give unwilling, while contribution is money you give willingly. So the question is, in this housing scheme, are people giving willingly? Did he allow people to make a decision whether to go into that scheme so that their money will be deducted for housing? Or he is forcing everyone to pay. So he has to know. The issue of tax, it is just by force. You don't will to pay it, and the government will decide what you want, what they will pay, and that is it. But then, Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit responded to William Ruto. And in his response, he does not agree anywhere with William Ruto. The truth is that affordable housing is a good idea. But then the question is, where is our priority? Is affordable housing the priority in this country? Before we go into affordable housing, the question we'll be asking ourselves is, are we affording school fees? What about health care? What about clothing? What about food? This is the response from Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit. The proposal on the housing levy at face value is good proposal because we all need home. The priority to many our household is how to feed themselves, how to clothe themselves, and how to take their children to school. The timing is what I can say we need to push until the economy can accommodate that. That is the bishop. So in his statement, he is not anywhere near an agreement with William Ruto. He is actually telling William Ruto, your priority is misplaced. By the way, Ole Sapit is not alone. Kenyans have responded to William Samoei Ruto. Kenyans are so much angry. Kenyans disagree with Ruto. Kenyans feel that Ruto is selling a cheap lie. You know, that lie sounds so much cheap. He thinks that Kenyans are this much cheap to buy into this. Indeed, he's the one who told Kenyans, ya kwamba wajinga waliisha Kenya hii. So Ruto should be told that, indeed, in his own statement, wajinga waliisha Kenya hii. Therefore, I want to go through the reaction from Kenyans, just to bring it here to know really what are the views from Kenyans as far as the issue of affordable housing, the issue of taxing, and going forward. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing To the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Let us go through the comments from Kenyans. Kiprotich, it should be voluntary. This need public participation, sir.
Hello? Yes?
Odhiambo, tell this to Yuda Comforts, Bwana. We went to school. Komboi, anything that is not voluntary is taxed, period. The contribution is not what worries me. I'm worried the money may not be used to the benefit of well-deserving Kenyans. Good one. Jack, huyu naye, I regret why I wasted my vote and the hundreds of voters I convinced to elect him. Someone is crying. Okay, another one here. Mamake huyo. If it's not taxed, then allow the government employees to build their own house. Kwani wamekuwa wakiishi kwa msitu. Okay? Joseph Kago, make it voluntary. Stop forcing us if it is not taxed. Uhuru built many houses and never taxed us this much. Good one. Joseph Muli, it should be voluntary. Kwani ni pension, health insurance and pension are only compulsory entities. The rest is corruption. Why do you get things wrong always? Good one. Isaac, give it whatever name. The fact is public servants want increment, not deduction in their salary. Indeed, that is true. Even going by the value of Kenyan shilling to dollar, it cannot hold this economy. In fact, people should be, their salary should be increased. It dictates that people salary should be increased. Because what you are using to shop, if you have a handbag, you go to a shop. What you would use to shop with 1,000, today it cannot hold. So it explains the reason why watu inafaa waongezwe mshahara. Samuel Kipepa, explain to workers in good words, not temper, how they will benefit from the 3% and why it is becoming urgent when the economy is not good. Or do you mean housing levy is pension scheme? What do you mean by it is all workers' money? Good question. At least for pension scheme, you are assured this is your money you will get. In as much the state will try to, unajua wanasubanga watu huko ndio upate pesa. But despite all that, it is still your money, you will have it. So that one you are assured of. Hii mambo ya housing, another story. Jackie, let then be voluntary. If it's my money, I can access it. Good question. Maina, that's not the problem. The problem is what we don't want. We all have house made of gold in heaven. We are not ready for the earthly housing. Huku sisi tunapita, tunawachiwe na opposing this one, sir. Hiyo ni comedy tu naleta hapa bwana. Morris Mugo, just a question. I'm a landlord and again, I'm employed somewhere. You cut my salary and then cut my rental pays. In that first place, I don't need a house. I already have one. And again, why should you keep my money for me? There are a lot of bank around. Yes, what weka pesa kwa banks? Kama, instead of overburdening workers, the government should consider taxing all churches to raise extra revenue. That's where money is. By the way, Ruto is going for the church. He will be taxing churches soon. So this one, it is coming. Pastors prepare to pay taxes. Victor Benson Lunayo, if housing fund is another name of pension fund, Zakayo, what is NSSF? Or is this another form of dehydrating employers' payslip? That's employees, not employers. Kiruri, sir, just borrow the money from the China government like usual. Don't fear. I am not employed, but I feel for the Kenyan employees, this so burdenous. Those are comments from Kenyans. There are many, we cannot finish them. But you can read and understand that there is no anywhere the people are in agreement with William Ruto's statement. Zero. There's no one supporting it. This idea is unpopular, and again, it tells you that William Ruto's priority is misplaced. What people need is just affordable life. The issue of housing will come in. It is a good scheme, but then priorities. If we cannot afford to take our children to school, why are you burdening us with the house? Again, people are not sure of getting this house. There is no formula that Ruto has put forward for getting this house. It should have been, in my view, that the state build these houses, then let those who want this house to occupy. And then from there, they start cutting their salary going forward. Uko na nyumba, unakata ukijua ya kwamba unakaa ndani ya hiyo nyumba. So that in that way, we will know those who are willing and are in need of those houses, they're the one who will go for it. But again, good news is here. Ruto's word is not law. It might not happen. Someone just need to go to court, and from there, then the judges will make a decision. You cannot go into such scheme without public participation to let people have their view on the same. You can't just wake up and start taxing people like that. It cannot happen. So there is still an avenue for prosecuting this issue, and then the court making a ruling about it. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you, and see you in our next video.